Alright guys, so interesting video topic we have for today. We're going to talk about what it really means to have haters, alright? And it could be anybody. Your own family could be hating on you, your own parents, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends, your own damn relationship partner. It could be any of these things. It could be a teacher. But at the end of the day, if you have zero haters, you should probably be worried. Being hated is a good sign, and I'll say this before I get into it deeper. There's two kinds of hate in this world. One kind of hate is undeserved. You don't deserve to be hated. You shouldn't be hated. It makes no sense as to why you were hated, but you are, which is the type of hate that you actually want, believe it or not. And the other type of hate is where it's called deserved hate. You probably damn well deserved it. You probably did something very wrong, very dirty to somebody else. You deserve that hate. You could have took somebody's life. You could have killed somebody. Of course you're going to be hated. That's completely different. There's two types of hate, like I said. There's deserved hate and there's undeserved hate. In this video, we're basically talking about undeserved hate, which is what I get, which is what a lot of other people get. And just know that it's a good sign. You want to be hated because it's a good sign. You don't necessarily want to be hated, but it just is what it is. It's a good sign. It shows you that you're doing the right things. It shows you that you're being yourself. Because if you're being yourself, you're going to be hated. The way to not be hated is to be like everybody else. Fit in. Do what everybody else is doing. Just be this pushover, people pleaser, nice guy or nice girl. And just get walked all over, get used, get abused, and all this stuff. When you don't allow yourself to be in those circles, you will be hated because you're not like them. You're different. Being different is going to get you hated. Being different and thinking your own thoughts, saying the things you want to say, you're off rhythm with everybody else. Just the fact that you're off rhythm with everybody else is enough to get you hated alone. If you are woke, if your third eye is open, if you had a spiritual awakening, even if you're going through the process of being spiritually woke, you will be hated because you're different. You're not like the rest. You want it to grow. They're not growing. They're all staying down there. They're all floating around the bottom, talking a bunch of nonsense with each other, while you just continue to go up and up and up and rise, and they're just not on your level. So what do? They hate. And it's undeserved. You don't deserve that. Just because you want to grow and they don't want to grow, they decide to go and hate you for no damn reason. And it is what it is. Even in high school, I got not a lot of hate, but I got some hate from even teachers, just for no reason, because I was different. And I didn't do the best in school. I think teachers like students the most that like do them best. That are just these like, I don't know what you want to call them. They're just like more the teacher's pet type people, you know. But then there's the people that just like care less in school. They're more open-minded, and the teacher can even sense that you're different. They can sense that you're not stupid, but you don't do well in school, and they want to do little things and say these smart remarks because you don't do well in school, because they want to try to bring you down, because they know you're very smart, like in other areas of life. They know this. And some teachers even want to convince you that you're going to be a failure, you're going to be nothing, you're never going to amount to nothing, based off of how well you do just in school. And I think it's all hate in disguise. I think they're trying to hype themselves up. They're trying to make themselves feel better because they even know themselves that, you know what, this person might not be doing well in school, but they're probably going to do well in something else, and it's probably going to be bigger than what I've done, which is became a teacher. You're going to receive hate. I've over the years, and even recently, not too recently, but kind of recently, I've seen teachers that I've had in the past, like elementary teachers, junior high teachers, not even just in high school, which I've seen a couple of them too, to be honest, but I didn't even like to really talk to them, just sort of like, hey, and kept it going. But some of these teachers like stopped me and started to talk to me, and they were being nice. I was being nice, but they just sort of ask what you're doing. You tell them what you're doing, and you just see this, their face just so surprised, and then they feel that like they have this like envy towards you, or this like, you can feel that jealous, like kind of bitterish energy from these people. And they try to disguise it, and they keep saying like, oh, that's good, but you know that they don't like what you just told them, because you're telling them what you did with your life, and it's more impressive and it's better than what they did when you were just a little kid and they were teaching you. Now you surpassed them. They don't like that. No, they don't like that. But that's just another example. Like, hate can come in so many ways. Jealousy, envy, all these things. Narcs, they love to do this. Narcs are very spiteful. Like, I personally don't even like to talk about what anybody else is doing to do any of those things. Like, if I feel like the conversation has to be going that way, and then it's all good. You don't just want to come out of nowhere and ask a person what they're doing with their life and this and that and that and this. It's not coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of desperation. It's coming from a place of hate, from fear. It's coming from a place of nosiness. In my opinion, I've never in my life just went up to somebody and asked what they do with their life. When you have all these people doing that, and then they're just like, yeah, so what are you doing? And then they're down on themselves as soon as you let them know what you're doing. And like, you could tell by the way they were asking you these questions before you even said what you were doing, that like why they said it. They're not saying it because they're happy for you or anything like that. They literally said it because they're nosy. AF. Very nosy. Very bitter. Very jealous. And it just goes to show that what level you're on. You figure things out, they can't do it. So whenever things like this happen to me, guys, I don't even like answer these questions properly. I make everything seem like not a big deal. Like, when some things might be a little bit more of a, and it could be anything. It's not just what I do with my life, it's other things too. I just water down, like I said in other videos, a lot of the stuff that I do, because you don't want to let people know necessarily that you're doing well, you're doing good, things are good. Just sort of, yeah, it's whatever, it's, yeah, just doing this, that, this. I just sort of water things down. I'm just normal, you know. Don't look at me like I'm something, just, you know. And you just have to know how to maneuver around these types of people. You have to know how to not set them off, because there's some evil people out there. That's why I do this. They will literally go above and beyond to do something bad to you or slander your name. And even if you do tell them these things, which is the number one reason why I don't tell people exactly what I'm doing with my life, is because they can take what you said and make it into something that you didn't even say. They can slander what you said to other people and completely water down what you're doing, or attack what you're doing, or do something like that. So it's never safe. Don't trust these people that just come out of nowhere and ask what you're doing. I mean, if you're having an actual deep conversation with somebody, you're already on good terms with them. Like the conversation is just flowing. You guys are in a flow state. It's a good time. And you're really getting to know this person. And then you guys start to ask each other like more of what you do. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's going to happen. But when you get to know somebody, but it's people that don't even know you that come up to you. You might have knew them from high school. You might have knew them from somewhere else. That they just come up so quick. What are you doing with your life? Where do you live? Where do you drive? How much money you making? This, that, and this. Where you, all these things, right? It's ridiculous. How do they not know that we know exactly what they're doing? Like, do you think I'm stupid, asshole? Like, you should be slapped right here on spot. And if we were to even say anything like this, or be honest with them of how we know, like, what they're doing, they just call us, like, ignorant or rude or something like this. And it's like, actually, you're the one that's a little snake, so you can keep on slithering away from me and go to somebody else and try to disturb somebody else, because you can get out of my face with that type of energy and bullshit. You know, it's things like that, guys. It's quite hilarious how people really are. It's a sad reality, to be honest. But that's my take on this video. Don't feel down on yourself for having undeserved hate. It's a good sign. You should be like, yes, this is a good sign for me. This is looking good for me. I'm obviously doing something right. If a whole bunch of other little scavengers are getting mad at me for no reason. This stuff has been happening to me since I was 18. Since I started taking leaps of faith and started doing things the way I want to do them on the level that I'm doing them at. I'm not letting anybody slow me down. I'm getting competitive with my own life. I ain't getting competitive, or I ain't comparing with anybody else. I'm not doing this to be competitive with anybody. I ain't doing this to win a battle or win anything over anybody. I'm doing this for me. I'm getting competitive with myself. I'm going to reach levels I want to reach. That's where the hate starts. It all starts when you start to get results all these people aren't getting, because you start to become different than them. You start to become on a whole completely different level than them, and they can't stand it. They can't stand to see it. And it is what it is. This is where all the undeserved hate comes from, and it just keeps building and building and building over time. There's so many people that don't like me and envy me and are just disgusted with me for no reason, that don't even like pay too much attention to what I do anymore, because they just can't stand to see it. They just can't stand to know. You know? And it's a good sign. Some of these people are going to stay forever and watch what you do. Every single thing you do. And some of these people will eventually fall off. I had so many people on my journey. And I notice who watches me, guys, like when it comes to certain things. And there's a lot of people that watch me for years, and all of a sudden I really start to turn it up, and all of a sudden they disappear. They unfollow you, they unfriend you, and they just can't stand to see it anymore, because they might have doubted you. They thought you were crazy. They might have been laughing behind the scenes. They might have been watching stuff you're doing. And all of a sudden the results really start to come. They really start to show, and you're not slowing down any. You're becoming brighter. You're becoming better in every single way, shape, and form. And all of a sudden these people disappear. It's because they know damn well that you are for real. They know you're for real now. They doubted you for a long time. They might have laughed at your stuff. And now they take off, because they never ever thought you would do it. But you did it. You proved them wrong. Now they hate you even more. And they knew the whole time that, you know what, this person might be what they say they are. But I don't know, so I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to keep laughing. And all of a sudden, you do it in spectacular fashion. So these people can all go jump off a cliff for all I care. See ya. Get out of my life. So this is the psychology behind this stuff, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't get down yourself. Like I said, if you have undeserved hate, it is a good sign. You're doing the right things. and keep pushing it forward. Keep doing the things you're doing. Turn it up. Always turn it up. Keep turning it up. Don't ever turn down on these people. Don't ever let them, you don't have to be on their level. Some people hate you because they know you're on a different level than they are. And it's, don't let them hold you down. Transcend. Become better. You're not doing it because you're in competition with these people. You don't even see these people. You're doing it for yourself. And it's how it has to be. I'm out.